What is up, Knights of Vex? We are on to day 2 with Carson against the next Coliseum boss, which is the Dryax, a typically annoying boss, but I have the perfect strategy that got me into the top 5 of my shard. I am currently at rank 3 on my main account. I am currently logged in on my free-to-play account on my computer, but I will show you guys on my phone. It looks like I dropped to 1 spot, so I am 4. Currently rank 4. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that is a single digit. I don't know why it's so blurry, but I'm currently rank 4 on my main account, and on my free-to-play account, currently top 80 using this exact strategy. And the good news is that Carson is finally getting his respect in the leadership slot. He is doing amazing things. It requires very specific turn order, using the right moves at the same time, because if your characters get inflicted with armor shred, your strategy is going to get ruined and you're going to drop like 20%. If you can avoid the armor shred from the Dryax's AoE attack, or from the, not the AoE, but when they do the roar, your score is going to skyrocket. But you have to do the right turn order, and you have to know when the AoE is coming. And from what Dryax is doing the AoE, that's the trickiest part, is trying to navigate to see what character is going next. But as long as you keep the stacks below 12, you're going to be fine. So what we're going to do is head into game really quick before I get to the gameplay, and I'll show you exactly what we're working with here today. So this is my free-to-play account. I just ended the run. I am currently at rank 70 on my free-to-play account, tier 8 and 55%. When you guys look at my error units, I have 4 of them, or 3 of them at 4-star and 1 at 3-star. I will eventually go back for my R5. Need a little bit more crystals, but they're at error level 75. Nothing crazy. So I'm not working with anything crazy in my free-to-play account. As long as this here gets me into the range of 300, which is, I'm currently at 600. Probably not going to last. There's too many competitive players that are getting the episode pass on this shard. But if I can land at 300, I'm more than happy to do that. On my main account, if I can get into the top 10, I'd be ecstatic. So what I want to do now is show you guys the gameplay. And I'm going to take it slow for you guys because there's a lot to digest. So I have the recording here, starting with my main account first. So I have them at 6-star, a couple at 7 stars, because I am going harder for the new GL Mando. Not confirmed, but highly speculative that it's going to be him. So I have 2 units at 92. I have my Carson, and my Zeb at 92. I think those are the best of the marquees so far. My R5 is at 91, and my Colonel Ward is at 90. And honestly, the biggest MVP of Coliseum this entire era has been Captain Drogon. He is simply so important for every single team comp. I think he's by far the MVP of the set of lone units, and he's making a big impact here. So this is the team comp, and I'm going to show you guys the strategy. I might pause it every now and then just to show you. It's very specific. You have to be, keep this in mind. Now, the beginning play. He got a counterattack. Sometimes he's going to get dazed. It doesn't end the run. It's perfectly fine. I got good RNG in this run. So what you want to do is I start with basics on the Dryax on the left, and I'm going for a basic on the left as well, trying to keep those stacks low. The first person I'm putting the Keen Stratagem on is Carson, because when he assists, he's giving his whole team retribution to New Republic allies, I believe, or to Rebel allies, something like that. I think it's New Republic. But at this point, he's going. You want to make sure you call Zeb to assist, because I find him to be the higher damage dealer of the 4. And then I go for an AoE. So the stacks are at 6 right now. They're below 12. I'm doing absolutely fine. So the biggest thing with the strategy is you want to make sure that your team has the retribution on them when the AoEs come, because that's going to do some crazy big boy damage. There's also a cool interaction when they have Retaliate that they gain some bonus turn meter. So over here, I am sticking the basics. I could have done Retaliate there, but I waited because I saw the basics were up. So over here, what I do is, this is important. I do the second special on Zeb and put it on himself to give my team defense up. The entire team gets it. That helps with your survivability later on in the battle. You'll find it very, very, very useful. I go for the burning here. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to keep the stacks at a minimum. I'm trying to guess who's going to go with the AoE. Typically, I have found who you're targeting is getting the AoE done. So over here, you're seeing there's a bunch of counterattacks. Did you see that? Our damage is skyrocketing. So now, he is going to apply buff immunity and daze, I believe, which is going to stink, but half of us resist it. Now, this is important. the turn order gets really finicky on this turn. Do not cleanse. You want to make sure you're getting the stacks below 12, because when you do that, there's no armor shred on your team for the next turn. So I'm going for a basic here on the Dryax on the left. Now look at the turn order. You see how they gained some turn meter? I'm not sure what's causing it, but they gain turn meter. So you have to make sure you take the turns properly to get the stacks down. So over here, I'm going for a basic on the Dryax on the left, and a basic, the stacks are low. Now when they do their Aurora ability, I am not getting hit with the armor shred. That is the key strategy to this run, is making sure there's no armor shred landing. Now, obviously, we can't get Retribution up, but it doesn't really matter when they have the basics. Now, I go for the Retaliate and the Cleanse, giving my team Retribution. The second person I'm putting it on is going to be Zeb. I like the accuracy down on a basic, and I think he does more damage. Over here, I'm going for the Dryax on the left to mitigate the stacks. Now, look at these counterattacks. Big, big counters. Now, I gained some turn meter. I am targeting the Dryax on the right, because I know the stacks are not high enough for the other one to do some crazy stuff. Because I know that when he does an AoE, his stacks are going to go lightning, lightning up. So I'm targeting the Dryax on the right, as you can see. Even though the other one has more stacks, it's important because you're going to see the AoE. We're going to mitigate those stacks because they go back and Uno reverse carded up. Now I can target the Dryax on the right to even out the stacks. So you have to, it's kind of like playing Monopoly. You got to guess and like do the right moves at the right time. And or more like playing Uno. Just, you're hitting them with constant Uno reverse cards. So this was by far my best run. I jumped from, I think, like 70% to, what is it, 90? You guys will see at the end over here, but over here, I'm trying to keep the stacks as low as possible. Over here, I'm not doing the AoE because he does end up landing Provoke quite a bit. I think I do it once at the end to do some extra damage. So now I have my third Keen Stratagem going on Colonel Ward. Really decent damage dealer. Get my Retribution up, that's important. Now over here, I'm doing Nap because I know the AoE is coming from the Dryax on the right. As you can see, I was targeting the Dryax on the left initially, because if you look at the top right, right over here, I saw that the Dryax on the right had the AoE up. So I was trying to get the stacks up for the target on the left, so that when the AoE came, it would go back down and Uno reverse carded. That's the most important part about this strategy, is trying to time the stacks with the AoE and the Retributions. If you can do that, your score is going to jump. So right now, I'm about to beat my score from previously, and I am in really good shape because I have really high up units. The defense up is very nice from Zeb here. It's protecting the team. Over here, AoE Retaliate, nice counterattack. I already beat my score. You get a nice, they go for Zeb. Over here, they go for R5. Now, at this point, I go for, I believe, the... do I go for Retaliate here? I'm checking out the ability just to double check. I want to get Taunt up on my Zeb. So I want to protect my units. I end up going for an AoE here, which does the Provoke, which is probably not the right move, but I did it anyway. But I was trying to just see if I could do more damage. So probably would not do the Provoke ability again. So that was probably a misplay by me. I maybe could have gotten a higher score. But over here, I'm going for basics. Basic over here, that's 86%. 87. And over there, I jumped up my score just like that. And that puts me, I think I show at the end of this recording, go to 87%. And I go from 6th to 3rd, just like that. I'm hoping I can maintain a top 10 finish for this Coliseum run, because it was an absolute breeze. Took me a couple times to figure out, went all the way to the final, 5th battle. But I think this is going to be your best option. Now, what I want to showcase next is going to be my free-to-play account. Same exact strategy. It's a little bit different in terms of how the battle plays out because of the error level of the units, because the Retribution doesn't really time up correctly. I think I could have played it a little bit better, but I'm going to skip forward a little bit until I get to tier 8, but long story short, I get all the way past tier 7 with this team without any danger of going down. It's the same strategy I showed in the first one, just, I think I end up losing one character right over here. I think I end up losing Carson Tiva at one point, or maybe he survives very low. I forget. But the whole point is that it's the same exact thing. It just plays out a little bit differently. I think they actually all live. All right, they all live. So, very nice. Getting into tier 8. When I finished this run, I put me at rank 120. And once I got to tier 8, I'll show you guys that run really quick. I'm going to fast forward a little. So, let me go right over here. So, this is going to be tier 8. Same exact thing. AoE, the start. I end up getting days on my Zeb, so not the best RNG. Going for basics. you're going to see there's one really cool trick. When you put Retaliate and have Retribution up, your team gains a bunch of turn meter. And I believe when Retaliate is dispelled, you're giving your team offense. So over here, I'm always calling Zeb to assist, trying to land that accuracy down. They're going to do a bunch of their buffs and the buff removals. So over here, just sticking the basics. Got to really keep an eye on the AoE. It's very tricky. That's the hardest part about the strategy, I'm telling you. Is try not to get the stacks above too high. Or get them too high to the point where you're getting armor shred. So over here, trying to keep them at a low. Get really good counters. That puts me at 8%. My loaned units and my marquee characters are not that high, so the counters aren't doing nearly as much as my main account. But so you don't have to worry about the stacks as much. But it's the same exact concept. So what I'm going to do here is just fast forward a little bit towards the end, just to show you guys what I end up getting. So this puts me at, I think it's 50, is it 55? 55%. And that puts me at a score of rank of 70. So not going to last in the top 80, more than likely going to be in the 300 range, or not rank 300, but the 300 reward box where I get 300 currency, which is what I want. So hopefully this one helped you guys. A little bit different than yesterday, but Carson Teva finally has a home. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think he's doing better? Is he a good character? You guys excited about, you know, getting a higher score in Coliseum? Do you guys have a better team than this one? Let me know in the comment section down below. But if you guys found this useful and you want to have more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, because that's the best way to support me and show that you guys appreciate the content. And always leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. May the force be with you all. Peace.